Hey there, this is Janet LeBlanc with Paper and Spark, and today I'm walking you through how to use the Square Seller Spreadsheet. So this video is a quick overview of how to make the most out of your purchase, what it includes, a little tour of what your spreadsheet can do. So the Square Seller Spreadsheet is going to allow you to quickly import in your Square sales and fees, and it also has some customizable space where you can manually enter in sales from other sources. You can enter in the various business expenses that your shop has. You have the ability to set a budget and do a few other things. To access everything that I'm about to show you here, all the things included with your purchase, you want to head over to your account at paperandspark.com. Log in with the email address that you used to initially purchase. And if you purchased over on Etsy, all you need to do is forward us your purchase information to support@paperandspark.com, and we will get you set up with an account here on paperandspark.com. Once you log in, you want to click on whatever spreadsheet you're trying to access, and you will see all relevant information in here. You'll be able to download the spreadsheet file itself. You'll see some international versions as well. If that applies to you, make sure that you download that version because it will be in your currency if that's what you need. And this will be a .xlsx file that can also open in Excel, Numbers, or Google Sheets. So if you don't have Excel downloaded on your computer, I highly recommend Google Sheets. It's free with any Google account. If you need help figuring out how to upload this .xlsx file in Google Sheets, I have another video showing you that. You have written instructions, which are going to be accessible via a Google Doc. It will walk you step by step through how to use this. There's also a checklist at the very end just to help you have a cheat sheet for getting started quickly. I like to consult the written instructions as a refresher later on, but I do recommend starting by watching the video tutorials. A link to those will live here in your account as well. If you ever have questions that aren't answered in the videos or the written instructions, check out our knowledge base link right here. We've got tons of frequently asked questions here that you are welcome to go through or search. And you can also check the maintenance log to always verify that you have the most up-to-date version of the file that you are using. We'll have a log here of when we last changed any of the formulas. You do have lifetime access to the file that you've purchased. The most up-to-date version will always live here under downloads. So if you're ever in doubt, know that you can always come back and download the most up-to-date version in here. If you have questions that aren't answered in the knowledge base, you can ask either in the Accounting Accountability Club, which is the Facebook group that's included with your purchase. We also have live monthly office hours in here where I answer questions live every month, post a lot of screenshots and tutorials. It's just a great place to get support and ask questions. Finally, you can email us at support@paperandspark.com with any outstanding questions. All of my spreadsheets work well in Excel, Numbers, or Google Sheets. They have been tested in all three of those platforms, so I encourage you to use one of those options. If you don't have spreadsheet software on your computer, I highly recommend checking out Google Sheets. It's free with any Google account. So in all of these video tutorials, you're going to see me working with the spreadsheet inside Excel. I'm actually using Excel on a Mac. But everything should work pretty similarly if you're in Numbers or Google Sheets as well. It may look a little bit different, but the instructions for how to use it, how to update it each month will work exactly the same. So let's sum up what your new bookkeeping home is going to look like. First, you can use this file for any year, past, present, or future, to do your books. You just set your year up here in this pink cell. I have a separate video about doing this if you need extra help with that. This is the monthly summary tab of your spreadsheet. So along the bottom here, we have different color-coded tabs. Pretty much everything entered on these tabs flows to the monthly summary tab. It's like the heart and soul of your spreadsheet. I will note that if you are using Google Sheets, the color coding looks a little bit less. And if you're using Numbers, your tabs are along the top. Don't be alarmed. Again, everything should work pretty much the same. So we've got our tabs down here. This is an individual sheet on this tab. This is the monthly summary tab right here. The light blue stuff is all going to be imported in when we copy and paste a particular CSV from Square. I have a separate video on how to do that. That will go into your revenue section, your Square sales, subtract out refunds, add in tips and service charge. And then we've got this custom sales tab here. You can rename it to be whatever you want. Some people use this to enter cash and check sales that they don't enter into Square. It can be for any other income source. And you don't want to type onto any of these cells that have color coding, because that means there's a built-in formula there that is trying to protect you from deleting it. So this custom sales green row travels from your custom sales tab. Over here, all you need to do is enter the date of the sale you're manually entering. You can put in the pre-sales tax amount, any sales tax you actually collected, and the gross amount, meaning the total, will travel over here to the right month and row of whatever you just did. So in this case, it's the custom sales tab. You always have the ability to enter in more information also. If you want to track who you paid or who paid you, the description of the sale or expense, the way that you were paid, whatever notes you want, you can do that here. All of these sections also have a few customizable white rows, so you can rename these to be whatever sales sources you may have that you want to add to your revenue section. There's no right or wrong way to do that. And with these, with the white rows, you can type directly into the cell. I suggest using this for like a monthly lump sum that you want to enter. If you want the individual transaction detail, you may want to use your custom sales tab for that instead. So this is your revenue section. All your different sales sources should be captured here each month so that you can see overall your total business revenue. Next, we've got the expense section, and I've broken it down into selling expenses, product expenses, and business expenses. And many of these have color-coded rows that correspond to the same color tab down here. These expense tabs roughly correlate to what you're going to see on a Schedule C at tax time for what sort of expenses you can deduct. So this is where you want to enter your expenses. You want to use these categorized expense tabs down here. Again, you can enter the date of the transaction. You can put the amount that you spent on the expense, the vendor or whoever you paid. If you want to capture any other information, like maybe I want to note that I put this on my business credit card or my business PayPal account, whatever, you can enter that here. And then any expenses that you enter on those tabs will flow over to the applicable month and type of expense. I have a whole other video explaining more in detail how those tabs work, so you can check that out. Again, you can rename these custom expense tabs, highly customizable, make it fit your needs, whatever sort of expenses work for your business. And for those, you type the expense directly into that cell in that row. The total expenses row is going to sum up all of the expenses that are flowing to this tab and then subtract it from your total revenue that month. So you don't need to enter your expenses as negatives. The spreadsheet already knows to subtract them from your revenue. You can keep tabs on your total profit or loss each month here, and then you can look over at your year-to-date profit or loss all the way over to the right. I talk more in depth about these sales tax rows in a future video, so if you have questions about that, make sure you check it out. There's this owner transfer or take-home pay row here if you want to track how much you are paying yourself. If you're a sole proprietor, then the amounts that you transfer over into your personal account are not considered business expenses. They are transfers or draws. So you don't enter those as expenses elsewhere, but I do know that you might want to be tracking them. So that's why I gave you this row here under the net profit line where you can type in how much you are hopefully paying yourself. The KPIs section will tell you some important KPIs for your business, key performance indicators. I have a separate video on those. But this in a nutshell is how your spreadsheet works.